Hey guys, welcome back. BDCR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of November 21st, 2024. The current character challenge is Suicide Squad Deadshot. That is a 1 week repeat. There are no requirements at normal difficulty, and there are only 9 fights on each ladder at normal difficulty, like all other Suicide Squad challenges. But after normal, the required characters are Deathstroke, Lobo, and Superman, who you can get as low as bronze, gold, and gold, respectively. His passive is I Never Miss, which is all aiming minigames have a 50% bigger sweet spot to attain max damage, which will be up from 200% to 250% damage. And if a Suicide Squad member is fighting, there is a chance for an off-screen assist from Deadshot. He's got 1,450 attack, 1,250 health as his base stats. He was last available on November 9th of last year. You know, he's got decent stats. He's all right, but
he doesn't
not
have
great.
the top stats, but they're pretty good. They're pretty right up there. Just speaking about the challenge in general, it's got better prizes, like all Suicide Squad challenges. You get a silver pack first, then a Gear Locker gold pack, instead of the usual bronze credits and silver pack before you hit the challenge character. Off-screen assist is a different way of saying that his teammate can get an unblockable special. There is an sort of documented, it doesn't say it, but there is a chance to stun on his combo ender. It's relatively small. I'm not sure what percentage is, but it just happens out of blue for no reason. Nice bonus.
Yeah.
His combo ender counts as 3 hits. So 2%, 2%, 2%, and then 3% is for most people, but he gets 3, 3, and then 2 again. And the last 2 hits give combo ender effects. Also, one of the characters who's like combo, if the combo ender triggers, will do more damage than the heavy combo, right? So normal combos are 2, 2, 2, 3. That's
And these are percents of damage stat.
yeah. So you can add 2, 2, 2, which is the 6, and sometimes you get the 3. So 6, sometimes 9. He is 2, 2, 2, and then that's 6. But if you get the combo under, he gets 14%. His heavy combo is the usual 4, 4, 4, which is only 12%. Now you're probably wondering why we're playing with him like this when we tag in to do a swipe combo. It's because the tap combo doesn't have the range. You will miss if you have Master's Death Cart shoving the opponent backwards.
Yeah.
The swipe combo, even though it looks like it shouldn't, because it's all like kicks and stuff, it's all melee range attacks, he still doesn't have a problem with the range. So what's nice though, I mean, even though we don't get to use it the way we're playing him, you get a double effect from gears like Razagul Scimitar, Gauntlets of Azrael, Overpowered Super, double combo ender effects. But since we're using him as a star of the team in the video that you're watching, that means he's a specialist. And it means we don't get to take advantage of his combo ender really all that often. But let's face it, right? You don't get it every time. I feel like you get the combo ender about half the time anyway. So, yeah. So what else I was going to say? So after playing with him a lot, one of the things that you'll notice too, like to me, it's not the passive which everybody sees, and his specials which everybody sees. It's the stuff that you don't notice until you play him. One of the nice features is how short the time period between finishing one special and starting another one is. So you can quickly do 3 special ones against an opponent who has a fully evolved Astro Harness that has the full duration of their invulnerabilities. And so that means with when you've got them with Claw of Horse like we do, you have a decent chance of shattering Astro Harness, so that when Rebirth Raven tags in, you steal all their power that you just gave them by hitting them so much. One other useful strategy is that when you land an unblocked special, it shoves the opponent pretty far backwards. If you didn't knock them out but you have more power, blocking immediately after completing your special means that the opponent starts off a decent distance away. He needs to run towards you before he can engage you. And I mean, there's the exception, right? I think Arkham Knight is the only one that's got the long range basics that he doesn't care. He just stands right there. But basically everybody else, so even if they have power, they don't do special until they run at you, because a lot of them don't have a range special. And even if it's a little bit ranged, they tend to not like to do it from a distance.
Yeah.
The passive where they talk about bigger 250% sweet spot, like so you get damage instead of 200% damage, you get 250 damage, but the sweet spot's supposed to be 50% bigger. It's not. I don't find it nearly as easy to max out and hit the sweet spot as I do say Like Arkham Origins Deathstroke, he has a bigger sweet spot on his special. Now, Deadshot, I like his special too, because any of the hits can knock out an opponent, which is very much unlike some of the late higher stat challenge characters. And one thing that we've tried, but we haven't stuck to, is using Enchantress Companion card, because it's an unstated ability in the card that you get an extra skull for every Suicide Squad member, and because he's Suicide Squad, he would get 4 skulls instead of 3 coming out. It doesn't offer enough benefit to be an improvement over Claw of Horus. If he had a special 2 that could only knock out an opponent on the last hit, I think the Enchantress Companion gear really would offer a lot more and would justify being the 3rd gear.
Yeah.
And that little bonus of the extra skull would just be sort of, exactly that nice bonus instead of a reason for sticking that in the 3rd slot. So unfortunately, if you want to use him on a Suicide Squad team to take advantage of his passive of giving an assist to his teammates, he's not going to be the best card on the team.
Yeah.
I think the best card on a Suicide Squad team would still be Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, as long as there is a Joker there too. And we've demonstrated that more than a few times.
We are about 30 weeks into our sort of new cycle, where they started off for a little while of alternating old characters that had not been around for a long time and the original cycle, and we've been back on that sort of just original cycle for a little while, so it's looking like Rebirth Jessica Cruz will be next week, and we are still just sort of waiting to see if they go back to the alternating, or if this is all we get for now, or something else entirely. This week's multiplayer reward is Riddler's Cane, which becomes Riddler's Staff. It gives you, when it is maxed out, a 35% max health increase, a 15% XP bonus to the team, and the evolved ability, a 21% chance to blink against Special 1. It was last available on the 18th of April 2024. Next week we expect to see Suicide Squad Joker Unhinged.
Okay, and this is a gear that's a little bit broken. It's been broken for a while. If we still had accounts accumulating XP, we would be able to tell you more definitively, but for the longest time, and it probably still is, it wasn't giving bonus XP or only giving it to the card in the first slot. So let us know in the comments if you have it and you're still collecting XP and you're able to say what's going on.
Yeah.
And let's face it, even if it works, even if that ability works, it still isn't that great a card. The max health boost, you can get that from other gears. Blink on Special 1 is potentially interesting, but Tantu Totem has made it pretty much obsolete. Especially since at best it just dodges. So, there's other abilities like Wally West or Dawn of Justice Batman that do some damage after dodging a special. It just dodges and then it comes right back. 21% chance to dodge, basically 1 in 5, seems about right. Too much would still be a bit unbalancing. Too little is a waste of a gear slot. What else we got to say about that? I'm not sure what the equivalence should be, but I really don't want... I don't think it's unreasonable to want a gear slot to be as good as a passive, right? And if we didn't have these other points of comparison, I think it'd be an okay piece of gear, but it's pretty bad. So in the store, we have Rebirth Jessica Cruz. It $24.99 Canadian, because that's the only currency that matters. It's a clue to next week's challenge. It doesn't, or it's a corroborating clue to next week's challenge, but it doesn't come with credit, so it's especially overpriced. Remember that it does not unlock the character in the store.
Yeah, not a great deal.
Yeah. Character bundle Batman vs Superman, $24.99. At one point back in 2020, it was $18.99. But, it's still in line with everything else. We've got the, and it gives you Dawn of Justice Batman, Dawn of Justice Superman, and you get the special gears. You get the special Dawn of Justice signature gears, not the regular ones that you normally get in the gear locker. Arkham Asylum Pack 1, which we talked about last week. It's the second week in the store. A bunch of other packs that have been there for 2 or 3 years. 3 years. So nothing really to go over there. Phantom Zone is back for 2 weeks, exactly like we expected. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and Lobo. This coming weekend's is probably going to be Lex Luthor Batman and Doomsday.
Yeah, there's a link in the description to a thread from the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle if you want to check that out for yourself.
Right.
And as far as current glitches go, we go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. We do that no matter what on the first week of every month, which would be the 7th of November for this month.
Yep. You can also see a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Working Glitches, linked in the description of this video in the eye in the top right corner. The main thing worth mentioning is that the challenge reset glitch has been confirmed to be working on this week's Suicide Squad Deadshot challenge. Yeah, and that's it for this week. This is where we'd like to give an extra special thank you to our patrons on Patreon. That's Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, Hoshi127, and Nora Klimek, who are supporting us on the credit level. And we also like to thank you for watching.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.